There's a fire in the fireplace. Well, not in the fireplace. What do you call that?
This is a stove, isn't it?
Sorry, I have a bit of a headache, so my... Hey, John! Good afternoon. My brain isn't working that well. Look, fire burning there. Stefan is making himself some coffee. We're going to go into the forest in a second, but we thought that we'd start from here. Look, you've been here before, I think. Hey, good morning, Tommy. Hey, Tina. Welcome to our cottage. This is a forest hideaway, Lappish style.
This is what the Finns call mökki.
Yeah, this is our family mökki. Good morning, Stefan, says John.
Good morning, John.
I'll show you straight away. Look, there's some everything here in this cottage. Look. Hey, good morning, Mari. Look. You see? We're right at the right in the forest. Hey, Crystal. Welcome to... Look, what a beautiful day it is outside. So welcome to beautiful sunny Lapland. Oh, okay. Very good, very good. I can see you. I hope you can. This is a nice Finnish cottage. So with me and Stefan, we've spent last night here. We left the kids home and were having a nice mökki evening here. And so mökki, that's an important Finnish word. You have to learn that.
It's a very integral part of Finnish culture.
Integral part of Finnish culture, definitely. Finnish people in the summertime, they come to their cottages. That's, by the way, a painting that Misha has made of my sister. Quite in the beginning when he was just living here, I think. Or was he even living here yet? Maybe he was just visiting. But this whole house has been made by my dad. So everything here, for instance, the floors. These floors were in the house where I was born. So it was torn down. We moved. Oi, Oma. Hello in the mökki.
Hello.
Oma. These floors are the floors that I was walking on or crawling on as a baby. And these rugs have been made by my mother, you know, when I was still a kid. The walls.
All these planks, they are made by your dad.
Yeah. Dad has sawn them on their own sawmill.
Sawn them on the sawmill, and then how do you say that in English? You know, when you make them even. And
nice that you're here now, Tina. Yeah, the mökki. It's spelled M and then O with dots, double K and I. Mökki. It means a cottage. It's Finnish word for cottage, and this is like
very
you know.
Finnish.
Yeah, that's super Finnish. This is like 20 kilometers from our home. Hey, Debbie. It's nice, isn't it? This is like when I was growing up, you know, in the 70s, all the homes had something like this. 80s. There's I don't think we don't have a painting of us two. I'm sure that we will get one as a present when we will in the few years, in like 3 years, we'll be married 20 years. So who knows, we might get a painting like that as a present. I wouldn't be surprised. but so everything here is made from, you know, recycled things. That kitchen also is, I believe it's from that old house where I grew up, except that it was blue back then. It has been painted since then. That black stuff, if you wonder why what it is,
it's
grime that has sort of
so at some point
down.
No, at some point the snow has been melting.
Yeah.
So this is the
thank you, Tina.
I think you just say venture in English. This is how you close the chimney. So at some point this has been closed in the springtime, and then the snow has been melting, so the water came down
of course
from the chimney and it leaked.
Yeah, right, now I get it.
So when it's open, it doesn't happen, of course, but that's why you should actually leave it open.
Yeah, I'd never thought about it. We've had we've been cooking here yesterday. So Stefan made actually a beautiful meal yesterday. Man, we had uh, do you pronounce it entrecote in English?
Entrecote.
Yeah, but in English.
Yeah, I don't know what you pronounce it in English. Entrecote.
Yeah.
Entrecote. Yeah.
Well, anyway, beautiful steaks. So we have here. Oh, Stefan packed away the other pans, but so we had like a cast iron pan here. That on that stove you can just cook, you know.
Cast iron pan, this one.
Yes, skillet. So that's what we've been cooking. Oh, we had like these nice potatoes and a beautiful flower salad. That was actually really lovely. Hey, green tea, I am female, and he is male.
You can see
Not
it
that.
from the beard.
Well, yeah, okay. No, nothing. We're going to come and take a little walk here outside. No pancakes this time. No, no. Terrible, isn't it? Stefan was asking if we should make pancakes, but I said that let's, we already had such a lovely meal planned that I thought that it's unnecessary to make pancakes. Trying to put on my shoes at the same time. Huh?
Necessary anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, kind of. He's my boyfriend of what?
20,
Almost
20
20,
years.
almost 20 years. Yeah, this summer 20 years.
We got married in between. So
In between, yeah, but
officially you're not a boyfriend anymore.
yeah, but you can still be my boyfriend. It is definitely that. Warm and sunny weather. Oh, well, we're going to have really beautiful weather this week. From what I understood, 24 degrees. I love that. Celsius, that is. Hey, Walt! Nice to see you. You're just in time. We just came from the cottage. I will quickly show you that as well. The snow is almost gone. We will take a look at that as well. Look, we are here. We spent. Hey, happy Gora! Yeah, it is, isn't it? So we spent the lovely evening here. Exactly. And I was just showing how everything here is not secondhand. It's from like our old house where I used to grow up, where I grew up. Dad has at some point taken down the house, and then he built this from all kinds of old materials. Oh yeah, first I will show you from yesterday. This is another important part of Finnish culture, the sauna. A cottage would not be a cottage without a sauna.
Or it would be a bad cottage.
It would be a bad cottage. We have to close the window, by the way.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
close
They. But this is. We heated this thing yesterday. Here we carried the water from outside, from the river. Then you put the water in here. There's still some. Have to not drop my phone in there. And then when you heat this stove, that's, you see the firewood there. And then the stones heat up and the water tank heats up. And then you get hot water from that tap. So it's wonderful. Look. And that's where the water comes from. Obviously, we brought drinking water with us from home, which is there in that tank. Probably would be able to drink this river water as well, but it is.
Especially, I mean, once you boil it, very much so.
Yeah.
But
we bring it from home. It's safer that way, anyways. Let's go quickly to the riverside. Kulkujoki, the traveling river, is it one? Oh, but nice that you were here, anyways, Tina. Really nice that you were here. Good night. Wait, I think I will.
It's still high water because
Yeah,
this is in later
it's
on
still
in the summer,
flooding.
it's dry.
Last week we saw the floods, and over here it's still flooding a bit. But this is the river. Yeah, 6 a.m.
It's still high. This will go.
Look,
It's not that
it
high
runs rather
anymore, though,
fast. Still,
but
I
it
mean,
will
this is
still,
just a small, tiny little
and
river.
it will still go down a bit more.
And there's some fish in here sometimes.
Some fish. No, well,
There's
yeah,
there's a lot of animals that
fishing
eat
from
the fish
yeah,
from here, so
yes, and
there's
also
not much left for us.
people. Yeah,
The two,
but
but as you see,
it's
a
actually
little
it's a
flood, tiny flood.
it's the this river
You
is
see?
connected to a very fish-rich network or
Yeah,
such. But there's because there is some
you see that there's
what is
still water there.
minky in English? Minks. What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a sort of a ferret.
But it's at some point somewhere in Lapland there was a fur farm like a long time ago, and animals escaped from there, and since then those animals
Yeah,
don't belong
they
here.
settled on the.
So they don't belong here, but they are here, and they
They
eat
eat a lot of the
fish.
fish. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a shame, but can't do much about it.
And then
There's
there's of course otters, but they belong here.
otters belong here. I haven't seen them here now though, but well, there are like big predators as well. There's um like bears belong into this area, but it's a very different kind of bear. It's the European brown bear, and that's not terribly aggressive as such. You know, it's scared of humans, so we don't need to be afraid here that there would be a bear, you know, coming after our bums.
There's no
They will
predators to come after
no.
people here.
There's nothing that's dangerous to people. Hoi, Mika. It is a lovely Sunday. It's a beautiful weather.
Sometimes there's
We
lone
really needed
wolves,
that.
but
Yeah, but the wolves really, you hardly see them. So, I mean, I've never seen a wolf, obviously, and I've never seen a bear either. But, you know, you generally don't see them in the surroundings either. Hey, Jess! Nice to. Oh, yeah, good that you remembered because I'm connected to Stefan's phone now. My phone wasn't having such a good network. Shall we walk into the forest a little
yeah,
bit so that you see what's happening here? As you see, there's no leaves in the trees yet. Hey, good morning, Pete.
but they're
Nice
very
to see
close.
you. Huh?
It's funny because it's a bit more north from where we live ourselves,
Yeah,
and you can see that like the
there's a
leaves
big
are a little bit
difference. Yeah,
further on our yard than they are here.
you see, this is how the birch leaves look like
And
now.
here
They
you can
are
see
already starting to appear. You see?
almost like
Well, almost no more snow.
in this week there's going to be so-called mouse ears.
Yeah,
Hierenkorvat.
hiirenkorvat. Yeah,
Uh,
mouse ears is what we call it when the leaves are just out. Springtime, yes, for us. This is a springtime in Lapland.
you can see there's still snow laying here in
Yeah,
some places.
we'll go and see. Well, I mean, even here, you see, it's really super mushy, and it's funny. It's turned into these like bigger crystals now.
And here you can see that somebody
You
has at
see?
some point been
Really
driving
watery.
a snowmobile here in this winter. And
Let's
you can
see.
see it from the shape of the snow that's left. That's why there's still snow here.
Yeah,
You see?
we can go and hug some trees. There's some beautiful pine trees here.
You can see the ridges in
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
Hey, your cousin has gone because
There's
your cousin has a cottage close by, and I know that he has been driving here.
yeah, yeah. Now these are birches. These trees here, most of them, a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot less snow, and there's some things growing here already. We'll go. We will go and see. I saw yesterday a couple of mushrooms. This is not the mushroom time yet, but there is one mushroom that grows in the springtime. The one that is
Morels.
false morels. Yeah. The what was I going to say? Yeah, the mushroom itself is actually poisonous, but then you boil it 3 times. False, as in False, and then morels. Yeah, So, because
You don't
there's,
know what the real morel looks like.
I do. It looks similar, but that's not poisonous. And this is, yeah, there's still, but I mean most of it is gone. Next to our house, basically, all of the snow is gone. Let's take now a little bit of energy and vibes from this tree, shall we? You know, give you a little bit of tree healing from here. You know, it's nice because the ants haven't appeared yet. Oh, thank you, Walt. Thank you. Yes, the ants haven't appeared yet, and it's not very buggy anyways because they are still, you know, they are still sort of waiting to hatch, most of them. In a week, it'll be a bit difficult to hug trees because all the ants will be moving. Oh, but it's so nice. You know us, but I mean, I love trees, and they are so excellent in, you know, helping people stay well. Oh, oh, Stefan, you're too far. You've got the network. No, I mean the network disappears. Oh, excellent. You can't.
No, I mean, I am close
n-
enough by.
No, you weren't. Now, yeah, now we're back. Stefan was too far. Hey, you just, or you give me the phone. I'll put it in my back
No,
pocket or
just,
something.
you know, just stay close to me.
I'm already doing three things at the
Yes,
same
I was
time.
looking at this view here.
Yeah, sorry about that. Stefan went so far away that because I'm on his network at the moment. Oh yeah, this is funny.
How is because this
I
view?
do, I do, don't I? Ricky,
What?
Ricardo says you need a leash on him.
Uh,
I agree.
on me, on you.
After 3 times cooking the mushroom, do you really eat them? Yes, and you can make
Beautiful
gorgeous,
soup.
gorgeous soup from that. I'm actually, I have some pictures now. I'm going to put it on Instagram. I haven't put anything on Instagram for a really long time, but that's what I'm going to do soon.
This tree is slowly.
It is slowly becoming a kello.
Yeah, it will take still
It'll
a
take
long
time,
time.
but it will. Oh, thank you for the super heart. There are birds, a lot of them, but I have to say, unfortunately, my hearing, I can't hear the high sounds anymore, so I can't hear them very
There's
well. I
a
hear
lot of
some
them
of them.
around.
Hey, Louise, nice to have you here. Um, I will send a picture. I will post a picture probably today. I will try at least a picture of the mushroom and of the soup that we made from that. Well, oh, sorry, I didn't make that. Mom and Dad made the soup, and they brought us some soup. So that was always that's like a. But I would like to go to the other direction because there might be some of the false morals there. There, I saw that. Well, I mean it's a family thing. The losing your hearing rather early. So I mean I hear, but I don't hear the high sounds, and I find that really sad. Oh hey Fidesalo. No, it's just it's some sort of a I think some sort of yeah exactly thanks mom and dad some sort of genetic weakness I suppose.
We can
you know.
do some sort of a test online ear test at some point.
Yeah, and I scored really bad.
And
The
I
rest of the
scored
family
really good. But then
did
again,
well.
I need glasses. So
You need glasses, and you've got a bad sense of smell. Let's go and see if we can find the false morel. Because I have at least one that I took out and it dried out already through the night. So there is one. Um, I'm thinking if we should pick it up now or before we go and search for one. Let's go and see. It's there on the porch, and I will show you. It's a small one. They can be really big. Okay. Yeah, no, it's so does not help for height. Yeah, that's so irritating. Well, you know, he's a very good pick for husband, so I don't mind at all hearing him still. Look, let's see. Here. Oh, it's better like this. No, maybe I'll go on the porch. It's so sunny that it's the camera has a bit of difficulties. Oh, here, looks like poop, but that's because it has already dried. You see that? It looks a bit like ear. That's why in a bit like that, yeah. In Finnish we call it korvasieni, ear mushroom. Oh, speaking of ears, yes. Let's go and look if we can find them still. I wasn't expecting to find them here because normally you find these in surroundings where there's like the forest floor has been damaged. So for instance, when there's like roast mushrooms,
yeah,
when there's a huh
when they've been hacking.
when there has been, for instance, a clear cut even.
This is by the way, droppings of
Yeah.
what's the English word? It's mezzo, but what's the English word?
Is it mezzo or teri? I never remember. This is mezzo probably. They are
Yeah,
rather big.
yeah.
So the
Korhoen?
something grouse, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll quickly Google that.
Well, you'll get the name of the bird in a second. There's a big um, forest bird. Doesn't really fly. Massive one. They are in the springtime. They get really obnoxious. Hey, Jane. They can actually attack people even.
Wood grouse.
Wood grouse, yeah. I only now checking still the old comments. John's wife doesn't hear him these days. Yeah, it can happen. What is it in Dutch, Stefan? Or did you
Is
mean the bird or the or the
is mezzo korhoen?
what korhoen?
I think it is. Yeah, wait a
Okay,
second.
it belongs to the sort of yeah korhoen maybe. Stefan will check it out still. But now we have to
Yeah, korhoen.
yeah that was the you have to stay close enough to me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We will. Oh, and when you Google stuff, then of course the network gets worse as well.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have to make sure that I don't fall. But
Shall I walk in front of you?
well, that doesn't help much. I mean, I still need to look at my feet when I walk. But you have to look. You have to help me look though, if we can find
But wasn't it more to that direction where you found it?
a bit, but not attacked you. Yeah, but they are vicious. You know, like everybody's always afraid of these big animals like bears and wolves, but then it's often these sort of well, mezzo. It's sort of to my knee probably.
Yeah,
So they are
they have been
relatively
known to
big, huh?
they've been known to attack skiers, cross-country skiers in spring.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, definitely. They are aggressive at that point. Grouse. We get grouse different time. Okay, yeah, a different type.
there are different types as
Wells. I'm
well.
not sure here.
There's different types of grouse here.
Yeah. Well, they're not related to turkeys, but I mean,
Turkey is
in a way
American.
similar. You know, it's like a people, it is a game bird, and it is beautiful meat as well. It is pretty big, but that's the males, and now I'm talking about, like, when they are sort of making themselves big, when they are.
So it's a good family meal.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's um, expensive meat, you know.
If you don't catch it yourself.
Yeah, then
Maybe
it's for
if you
free,
do
of
catch
course.
it
But
yourself.
you hear the birds? Now there are birds, gulls. Yeah. I hate them, man.
So where did you find the other ones?
It was rather close to those birches.
To these birches here.
The ones where we
Ah,
have those.
yeah, that's here.
I love it when the forest is green like this again. When of course there's not yet leaves on the trees, but the moss is showing, and I love it. There's no leaves on the blueberry either yet, but they are coming. You see? That's where the blueberry leaves will appear.
So the blueberry gets new leaves every year, and the lingonberry, they are evergreens.
Yeah, that's how it is. I get to, yeah.
So it is like, I mean, how many months per year we have a snow
Hey,
cover
Lady.
here? It's in November, December, January, February, March, April. Well, it's half of the year basically.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
There's a snow cover.
Even more.
Wow.
What's that? No, that's just a. I would like to find one now so that you would see. It's right in the.
More to this direction. Yes.
No, it was. No, it was really somewhere. Yeah. Blueberries. Blueberries grow everywhere here. Yeah, we will make a pie definitely at some point this summer again. But it'll still take.
I hold the camera and you, because you know better what to look for. So if I hold the camera and you have to look for that.
We shall do that, but then you have to. He must love you, Rita. Stefan held the branch. He did, didn't he? He's so
Yes.
sweet. But you have to not wave around with it.
I will
You do
try
have
to not wave around. There's Rita.
But we are now close to this. Here we had our little reishi farm, but I don't know if it's working.
Yeah, exactly, because we are trying to grow reishi mushrooms here in the forest.
So we're not sure if that is the actual.
Bye, John. John is apparently leaving.
Aha!
He's waving at
See
us.
you, John. Nice that you were here. But then for the
Bye, Walt.
it's
So
Walt
yes,
leaving as well.
apparently, at least
Okay,
they're
well,
waving.
bye
So,
bye. See you later.
so there is this. So yeah, so in these trees we made holes, and we. Oh, you're waving at Rita. All right.
Oh.
Sorry. Yes.
Very
Rita's.
good. Wait, I have to put my hair up here.
Sorry for the misunderstanding. Yes, so if you see those holes here, we drilled them in these fallen trees, and we put spores in them for reishi mushrooms.
And
But
the
it takes a long time for them to.
like these pegs, they had been sort of impregnated by the with the, what do you call it? What the
Spores.
spores? Yeah, 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 exactly. But let's see. We have to go a bit this way. And we can see the pakuri as well, the chaga.
No, well, actually, it is, Mika. It's a kind of mushroom that has been growing here at some point, and it has disappeared because of the way forest management has been done. So we're trying to bring this kind of stuff back to the ecosystem. What did you say, Rita?
Then we can then check out the chaga.
Yeah, we can check some chaga as well.
But I do try to.
Because even though we're in Lapland and this looks like untouched nature, but a very large part of the forest here have been clear cut at some point and then replanted. And what we,
But
with
this
our
part has
family,
been rather long
yeah,
untouched.
this is already a nice old forest now. And what
You
we
can see from the
with our family company try to achieve is to really take old production forests and let them go wild again to sort of give space again to the proper Lappish wildlife because it is very rich and it is full of food, but you know you need to not just cut it all down because then the food bits don't work anymore either. So yeah, so you can see from the trees here, the bigger pines, like they are already well over 100 years old, but you can also see that there's not a lot of trees that are older than that. So this has at some point been cut clearly, long time ago. Yeah, no, I mean that's what we like to do. That's what Mika, we like to show people Lapland and tell them about what goes on here.
I wish I could find the one that I found yesterday. I saw two. I picked the other one.
And you left the other. Did your dad pick the other one?
No, I
Okay.
didn't find anything.
Ah, all right. Yeah.
But I mean, this is not the right kind of forest for that,
No,
anyways, because
no.
this is
But I
right
mean, you
up.
found the other ones. You found more there, didn't you?
I think somewhere here, but
I mean, is that this weekend, Memorial Weekend? I didn't know if that was in late May. I mean, I knew it existed. It's a pleasure. Thank you,
it's
thank you.
also something that you start sort of developing through the spring again.
The
The
feeling for
the mushroom
mushrooms. Yeah,
eye,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
because you
Yeah.
don't see in the winter time. There's nothing that you can pick. So then, when the spring comes, you have to like uh, what's the word? You have to calibrate your vision.
Calibrate your mushroom vision. Yeah, you can see our car there next to the Mökki.
I don't think
Oh,
I will
thank you,
find them.
Mika. Thank you, thank you. We just got an appreciation award, Rita. Let's see what's going on here. You see, this is what anyways happens to fallen birches. There's all types of mushrooms growing on them.
If you come this way, you see what happens to an old tree stump then again. Like here you've had a really big tree, clearly, this
At
one,
some point, yeah.
and there's not a lot of it left. You see that it's completely has been taken. It must have been, it must have been like a couple of 100-year-old
Yeah,
pine tree. But what you have left is this wonderful um, growing place for all other plants, and
yeah,
very
that's
often the
the
ants
best.
take over.
Yeah, the ants take over, and the best blueberries often grow on top of this kind of
So this
mounds.
is, look, again, this is the blueberry plant. You see that the leaves are about to bud, and this is the lingonberry plant. And the leaves, you see, some of them are brown, but They have gone through. They have survived through the winter.
Yeah. So the lingon is an evergreen,
Yeah.
and the blueberry loses its leaf. And then there is another small evergreen berry plant. That's the crowberry. Let's see if we have any close by here. This is
Yeah. Here.
crowberry, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. This.
Yeah. And
The
there's some nicer down here.
the berry itself doesn't have terrible. Oh, look! There's actually berries left from last year. You see?
Uh,
These are the crowberries.
Now it's already too far in spring to eat them, but during the winter you can actually find perfectly good berries. You can find perfectly good berries under the snow because basically what happens in the autumn, there's a lot of good berries, then it starts freezing. So all the good berries, they go into Mother Nature's deep freezer. So if you know where to look for them, you can just in the winter time dig under the snow and pick berries here, frozen berries. Let's see, we'll have to look at some comments here. Isolated, lovely. What do we do with our time during the day? Am I going to tell the old Finnish joke?
That's rude. But if you
well,
want to,
well, there's this rude old Finnish joke
you have to,
where
you
this
have to use nicer words.
yes, there's this old rude Finnish joke where a foreigner comes to Finland and asks, "So what do you do all summer here?" And then the what?
No,
Am I telling it
you
wrong?
can't film me while you're
Like,
telling the joke. You
am
have
I
to like,
telling it wrong?
yeah,
No,
no,
no, no.
no.
So there's this foreigner coming to Finland, and he asks from the Finnish guy, like, "So what is it that Finnish people do all summer long?" And the Finnish guy says, "Well, we fish and then we uh, procreate." Let's put it like that. And then the guy says, "Oh, that's interesting. So what do you do in winter?" "Well, in the winter time we fish less." So yes, that's what Finns do all day.
But here, hey, let's go and
Yes.
see the. All jokes aside,
All
look,
jokes aside.
look. This is such a handy place.
Ah, look. Yeah.
This is Chaga. Shall I take the camera again?
Yeah, you can take the camera. There's some comments that I didn't
Yeah.
respond to yet. There's us being mushroom experts.
Let's see. Only mushrooms consume. Okay, very good. Oh, John's guess was wait it to snow.
Yes, but that's what we do as
That's
well.
exactly that's the
That's
thing. So that's chaga. Look,
can actually take some off from here.
you see, it looks like
Looks as if it's burned.
charcoal.
Oh.
So you know the ones of you that have already seen the bit where we were with Gordon Ramsay in the forest last Christmas. This is what we were talking about. This is the stuff when I said that it looks like charcoal. Then this, as you see, that's really how it looks. So this is it's not edible just like this, but what you can make out of it, um, you make sort of these tinctures. You can either make tea out of it. No, you can make either tea out of it, or you steep it in alcohol. And often, like the ones if you buy it from the shop, the tincture, it has usually been like double. Yeah, they look like that, don't they? They are double seeped, so they have been both in water and in alcohol, and then they combine those two. So this is a superfood. Well, not superfood. You can't eat it just like this. No, it doesn't get you loopy. This is in Russia, for instance. This has been for really long been used as a cancer medicine. So it is an adaptogen. It sort of balances your system, and well, also that, but also this has been now recently, this chaga stuff has been researched rather a lot, and this is what we would use in our syrup. But unfortunately, because although it's been used for thousands of years, it hasn't been in the official food use in the, only in the just in the most recent years. So EU rules don't allow this to be used in like shop made or factory made product. So we're not allowed to really sell it like that
You
as
come
a.
to my coffee sled
But
in
when
town, you can get this in your
yeah,
coffee.
at Stefan's coffee sled you can, but we can't sell it out like that in the syrup form. This is really funny stuff, and there's so many because that's the incredible thing, when you look around. This is a typical old Lappish forest, but there are so many things here that you can use for for your well-being and just as food or for for different purposes. And that's just I that's the thing that I love maybe the most about living here. I mean, of course, I grew up here, so this is my home. Um, but the incredible abundance that the forest gives. Half of the year it's really harsh conditions, nothing grows, and then the other half is just bursting with all kinds of beautiful stuff that you can use. This spruce resin, mind you, now that we're talking about stuff like this, spruce resin, which it gives out, of course. Very good. The spruce resin, spruce does it to protect itself from injuries, like this as well. But spruce resin is actually incredible, like an antibacterial medicine. They make there are a lot of these old recipes for different kinds of balms and things that you can make with like beeswax and the resin. And we, for instance, one time our son got his toe squished under a door at school, and he lost his nail, and it got really inflamed. And then we started applying that resin balm on it.
That really took the
It
inflammation out.
took the inflammation down in just like a day and a half, and then after that, it just started, you know, getting cured. And now you wouldn't, yeah, it was very much an ouch. Now you wouldn't notice anymore anything in that toe that anything had happened to it.
You were just applying it for what, for 5, 6 days? Not
I
even.
think no, we did. I think for a week,
Oh,
but then it was just it completely saved it from it killed the inflammation, and then it just you know
yeah. What I understood from oral,
cured
it
it.
even took down the pain.
Yeah,
Mm.
nice herbal medicines. Yeah, that's the. I mean, if you think about it, most of the Western medicine as well, yes, has been developed from things from the nature,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
aspirin,
But there's
to
this,
begin with.
yeah, but there's this weird thing of then people wanting to make it into chemicals to make it either
Well, I mean,
cheaper or to be able to get patents on
what
things.
I do understand about that is, of course, that then you can keep the quality. Like if you collect stuff from the nature, yeah, I do like it, but better. If you collect stuff from the nature, you can never be sure how strong it is, and that
Yeah,
I
but for
understand.
instance,
Then
my favorite toothpaste.
yeah, well,
That's a good that would be that's a
it
good
used to be
example.
good.
Yeah, it used to be a great. It's called parodontax, and it was like a herbal toothpaste. And now they replaced all the herbals with chemicals.
There's nothing herbal about it
Yeah,
anymore,
and it's sort of
and
although it's still
taste as evil.
no, it tastes a lot worse even,
Does it?
but it's yeah, because now it is a chemical taste, but
Yeah.
it still apparently
Hey, Rick.
does what it's supposed to do, but it yes
Well,
it
yeah,
sort of it feels different.
it doesn't have that same vibe anymore.
Oh,
So there's a lot of. I mean, I'm not anti-medicine at all,
no,
but
not
I
at
do
all.
love the possibilities that the nature gives, and like very often, you can avoid a lot of stuff, a lot of problems by using things from the nature. You know. Then if something has gone wrong, then you're really happy that the Western medicine exists. But until that point, there's such great ways of taking care of yourself in the nature. Look,
Yeah,
let's
like
go
if you
to
live in places like this, social distancing is sort of built in, of course.
the. Yes. Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's the way it is. It's a question of balance. You have a balance between things from the nature and then the stuff that people have the scientists have found out. And that's the funny thing that very often wasn't it? Do you remember that? Did you see that story about the when they had recreated a recipe from the Middle Ages? It was some antibacterial. It had garlic in it and honey and something, and it was like this old um, recipe from monasteries that was against inflammations and things like that, and bacteria. And that was so funny because apparently, I mean, we all know that the hospital bacteria, the incredibly strong that can handle
Oh, look, there's ducks
all
over there.
possible. Oh, are they?
No, they now, I think they
They
noticed
just
us.
left. Yeah, that can handle all kinds of penicillins, all the antibiotics. They don't work anymore for those. But then this particular thing, stuff, ointment that they made according to the, and it was really the scientists did that, according to an old recipe, and turned out that it was very effective against the hospital bacteria. So they have to really go back to a lot of these old recipes to find things that will work now that the antibiotics stop having so much effect. So it's really interesting. I find that super interesting. And a lot of those old recipes, there has been there's a reason why they were used. Of course, then again, there's a lot of them that really have stuff that's evil and dangerous. But you know,
Yeah, but that's anyways how
but
science
that's
works, isn't it? You
yeah,
try things out and then you drop the ones that don't work, you keep ones that do work.
and that's a great thing that you can do now when you combine the science and the old knowledge. Then
Old
you get
science.
old science and the new science. I don't see any comments, by the way. I'm not sure if you are sending any or if they just
Probably listening.
yeah, also possible. Look, all of these are growing. Is this just bio? Like some of the
Uh,
tribal people, they make the yeah, and that's why it's so terrible that they cut the
rainforest.
rainforest, for instance. Man, that's so stupid. Also, because then you get when you diminish the living areas of the wildlife, and you don't want to know what happens then. Yeah, no, that's the look. You see here that the buds are already much bigger than the first ones we saw. That's because this is beautiful. This is right next to the river, and it's here right in the sun as well. So it's in a very sunny, warm, beautiful place with a lot of water. So the leaves are much further as well. Oh, I love that sound of the water though. It's so nice. Hey, I think that we are going to have to go home now because the children have been alone. Probably they are not even awake yet, if I can guess how it's going.
It's a shame I forgot my fishing rod though. It's a
Oh
beautiful
yeah, it
day
would.
for that.
Yeah, but I don't think you would be able to catch
No, the
anything.
water
There's
is
so much
too
water,
high. Yeah,
and it's so bright and sunny. But it's a
yeah.
beautiful day to fish, even though you know that you're not going to find
Yes,
anything.
exactly.
Look, I was telling you that the birch is look
Yeah,
blooming.
yeah.
Thank you for being here, people. Excellent, wonderful that you were here. Really nice to be able to show you some nature again. Have a lovely week, everybody. Take care, stay well,
Bye
and
bye.
see you next Sunday. Bye, people. Bye bye.